So this is a friend of the show, Norman Finkelstein. He's on Rick Sanchez's show on RT, and this guy's name is Steve Malberts. And this guy is going to get spanked hard by Norman Finkelstein. So he's going to use a really bad argument, and let's watch.
Why does not one country in the entire Arab world not want to help their brothers and take them in, spread them out? You don't want them in Egypt. You don't want them in Jordan. You don't want them in Syria. You don't want them in Saudi Arabia. There's a million countries. Spread them out.
So first of all, let me just point out that he's wrong about that, and he's a pretty big moron. Because if that's your big, strong point, there's over 2 million Palestinians in Jordan. There's over 500,000 in Syria, even after we bombed the shit out of it. So there are lots of places that. But what's even worse about his argument is that Norman Finkelstein is going to take the legs right out from underneath him. Watch this.
Nobody wants to help them. Why?
I'll answer in one simple sentence.
Make your point. Make your point. But we're going to.
Did any of the European countries or the United States want Jews before the Nazi Holocaust? Maybe the Jews were like the Palestinians. They were so horrible. They were so vicious. They were so bestial, or as the current Israeli government calls them, human animals. Maybe that's why none of the European countries and the United States didn't want them. Do you think that's the reason?
This is not easy. This is not easy, but we're going to have to...
Curious.
Gentlemen...
You think that's the reason you're smiling, but your stupid smirk won't change the fact that the very argument you used was used by Hitler.
Sir?
Yeah, the same argument you used was used by Hitler.
Because I'm a Jew.
Did he just say that?
Yeah, to the Norman
to a guy named Norman Finkelstein.
Yeah.
This guy is actually using the Nazi argument that Hitler used. Nobody wants to take the Jews. And he does that thing where, oh, it's because I'm a Jew. This guy's name's Norman Finkelstein. Could you imagine being this big of a moron?
Yeah.
Can you
Malzberg
imagine?
Just got Finkelstein hard.
Yeah.
He had a show for 4 years on Newsmax. First, you're using Hitler's argument, and you're wrong about the fact that other countries don't take Palestinians in. You're wrong on that. You're using a Nazi argument, and then when a Jew calls you out, you go, "Oh, you don't like me because I'm Jewish?"
I don't necessarily agree with Malzberg on everything, but the guy's a pretty smart guy. I've never seen him get embarrassed like this.
I watch his face.
Yeah,
I watch it on his face.
I've never seen him get, and that's this argument. You know, Trump Jr.'s made this argument. Jesse Waters made this argument. This is a very cryptically racist argument over here.
He probably didn't even
You know
know
what I'm
because
saying?
he's dumb. Listen, you're dumb.
That
if you
is a
spout that.
racist argument.
I mean, but people don't even realize what they're saying. People
So
I know that are
Lebanon-
nice people say it.
Lebanon has taken in almost 500,000 Palestinians. Syria has over 500,000 Palestinians, and Jordan has 2.1 million Palestinians. That's of January 2015. So I'm guessing those numbers are probably even higher. But the greater point is that that stupid smirk got wiped off his stupid fucking face by a guy who actually knows something and has integrity. And that guy's a racist. I don't like to throw that term around, but he's certainly using a racist argument.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. That's like, oh, that's these Palestinians are so garbage
Nobody
people.
wants to take
Nobody
them.
wants them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to take them. That's what they used to say about the Jews.
There you go.
Hey, I think there's a little bit more to this.
By the
And you don't like
extermination of the
Jews, do
Jews.
you?
Gentlemen,
Your argument was used by Hitler to justify the extermination of the Jews. Nobody.
What's my argument? What's
the-
my argument?
You heard what you said, Malzberg.
What's my argument?
You
Your
don't
argument.
even know, do you?
What's my argument? So he just,
He thought they were going to commercial, and he
really did.
Sanchez was trying to help him out, and Finkelstein just slammed it in for the win.
Terrible and so horrible. You're a Nazi seeking now in those kinds of arguments.
the funny, this has become very contentious. We're going to take a break. I want to thank
Not on
you
my
both.
part.
Not on my part. I'm just calling Palestinians garbage people that nobody wants,
it.
and I'm using a Hitler Nazi argument to demonize a whole race, a class of people, and a whole ethnicity. I'm not being contentious. I like everybody except those Palestinians.
Hey, Malzberg, how come nobody wants to take the Palestinians, but Israel wants to fund Hamas.
That's
How
right.
about that?
Yeah.
You
That's right.
And it's
genius.
such a chicken shit way they say, what do these people know that we don't know?
Chicken
Just
shit.
come out and say it.
What do they
Just
know?
come out
that-
and say
wait,
it.
first of all, what do they know that we don't know? They
Yeah.
know how many of our leaders are pedophiles from the successful op by Jeffrey Epstein. That's what they know.
Yeah.